Currently watching Critical Mass. My name's Burley, and you're with me on a drive to the bank. This is a test video. Who knows if anybody able to see this? Got my iPhone 11 standard in a WeatherTech cup phone, which we'll have to see how that works out. So far it looks like it's pretty good. Currently in my daily driver, 2004 Ford F350 diesel, of course. It is currently a stifling 83 degrees with about 110% humidity. So I apologize if you hear the air conditioner in the background. It's another reason why we are testing this out to see about vehicle noise and AC, heat, wind, stuff like that. Everything I own in this truck squeaking as I go over bumps, including the truck. Again, this is 2021, and this is a 2004. Currently got 227,000 on it, which is just barely broken in for one of these bad Larrys. So, yeah. So on the way to my bank, cashed in a check, got for my birthday. So this is going to be a new YouTube channel, hopefully. We'll see. Main channel is going to be called Critical Mass, because we are here in the very communist state of Massachusetts. So I figured that could see the rest of whoever's watching, maybe a different view of how things work around here. Not that it's that different from anything else, but I know the main channel, Critical Mass, is going to be probably about 2A reviews, knowledge, opinions. If you're not too familiar about that, Second Amendment, firearms accessories, just daily life about that, I guess you could say. So, I'm also going to do a side channel, which this video may be on. Find out. I don't know. Depends how good this turns out. So, that I think is going to be called Critical Everyday. And that is going to be more channel about blogging, everyday life, maybe for the most part, non-Second Amendment, firearms related stuff, and just general life, point of view for myself, and working on this a little bit. We'll have to see if this happens. I might have a series about fantasy football, and maybe, I don't know if it'll be weekly, bi-weekly, depends. Working on getting one of my buddies of mine, who either goes by 6 Goat Rings or 2 of by C, depending on what social media you're talking to him on. But yeah, you're going to have insights, preseason, before, mock drafts, stats, knowledge, recommendations. Maybe if we end up doing some weekly videos of during the season, sleepers, best waiver claim pickups if they're out there, bloom bust, matchups to see who we think is gonna pop off that week or not. So we'll have to see. It's starting to be a big hobby of mine. I've only been into it. The first league that I got into is going to be going into its third season. I currently am in 5 leagues, all Dynasty PPR. So obviously, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, we'll get into that. I don't want to get too much into that details of what everything means in case you're new and you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So today is tax-free day, believe it or not. Mustache is a little funky looking in the camera. Anyway, today is tax-free day in Massachusetts. So headed to the bank, cash a check, like I said, and I think from there, going to be headed to some local shops to see what they got. Maybe purchasing a firearm today, I don't know. Depends on how much it is and if they still have it. There's one in particular that I saw that is pretty rare, and the shop had it. Whether they sell it or not by the time I get there, we'll see. They open at noon, and they've been open for 24 minutes because I'm a lazy fuck and can't get my ass going in the morning. Sometimes. So after that, probably heading to Bass Pro, where I have a gift card to also be looking to making some purchases. Nothing major. Looking to get a new tripod, which I'd be probably going to do some reviews on the main channel at some point. And then I also need a couple of bipods for some of the other projects that I have going, and where it's tax-free, might as well take advantage of that. Well, I got a gift card. So, if you haven't figured it out, check, birthday, gift card. So, birthday last week. A little bit about me. I am a spry 32-year-old now. And I'm currently being very sarcastic about spry because I feel like I'm about 100. At least today, last couple of weeks. I am a mechanic by trade. I'm not going to say what brand I currently work for because in the area that I am, there are very little dealerships of them, and it is not currently a car of any sort. It is of tractors, farm equipment, very big lawnmowers, stuff like that. I'm not a lawn and garden guy, I'm a diesel, hence why I drive a diesel truck. Background, went to technical school, worked right out of there for Ford. Again, I drive Ford for a few years, and then I got out of the flat rate dealership scene because it sucks. Some people make all the money, and then you got the guys that get stuck with all the warranty jobs because they're good at what they do. And at that time, no one wanted to do diesel, so I was the guy. And probably wasn't the best at writing stuff because I have a conscience, and I don't like to fuck people over. And ended up just fucking myself over. So flat rate wasn't for me. So moved on to a fleet scene, which was not flat rate, where I still worked on Fords. It was a major construction company that had lots of Ford vehicles. I'm not really naming any names of specifics. Like, obviously, Burley is not my real name. It is a nickname, though. So, but yeah, I'd like to keep my, is it anonymity? Something like that. I don't know. Somewhat, for YouTube. See what happens. So, yeah. So again, who knows if this ends up getting published or not? I don't know. This is the first vlog I've ever shot, and it is on my inside camera on the iPhone 11. So we shall see. Hopefully, people find the entertaining. If not, then I'm doing this for nothing. But we'll see. So, I'm a cute and cuddly 6'1". I'm currently decreasing, but probably still over 3 bills. Trying to lose some weight, get healthy. Have some health issues. Hence why I say that I feel like I'm 100. Because of me being heavy, of course. I got the typical knees. Definitely the back. Oh my god. My back's my worst part. But, have hypertension, stuff like that. High blood pressure, you could also call it. Wow, this road got rough. I haven't been down this way in a while. Goodness. Hence why I'm probably bouncing all over the screen right now. So, anyways, do I have a pen? Oh, I do. Good. Almost thought I forgot a pen. Going to the drive-thru. So, go really soon. So, yeah. But anyway, that was my background. I kind of went off on a tangent on something else, but it's my job, my work. But, yeah, I'm currently a mechanic. Diesel mechanic on farm equipment, I could say. Small, compact, nothing to the point of large farms. More residential, semi-residential, small, mom and pop places. Here in Massachusetts, it's not like we have farms that are just acres and acres and acres of, where you require this massive piece of equipment. Or smaller places like that. So anyway, interest. So this is. I want to make a channel, a couple channels, because I want to have a vlogging channel, talk about life and my opinions, and such things. And I'd also like to have, part of the firearm side of things on Critical Mass. Like to review products related to that. I'd also like to show younger generations, not that I'm old, but we need to show that the media is misconstruing the actual opinions of young people that firearms and that stuff are evil, which they are dangerous, definitely dangerous, but when handled responsibly, they're good. And they're just a tool. They're not, they're not bad, but they can be life-saving. They are a shield. They are all that the wielder determines them to be. So as long as you have good people behind them, then that's great. It's the bad people that get behind them that, with ill intentions, which if they have ill intentions, then no matter what they can get their hands on, they're going to make their ill intentions come to fruition, or come to life. So, it would appear that no one is in line at my bank for the drive-thru, so I am going to cut this short for right now, and we will continue talking about this. So, alright, so now I'm back. A little quick stop at the bank to cash a check. A little bit about that. Who the heck writes checks in? I mean, okay, let me say that. Who gives checks for one's birthday? I mean, you got gift cards galore. I mean, it's cash. But, like, shit. I mean, I still write checks, but my landlord, oh my god, I can't talk. Landlord, for my rent, and to the town anytime I gotta pay a bill. That's about it. Oh, oil. Well, I gotta put oil in my house. But yeah, it's we can touch on that maybe a little for another day. A little background. I'm a renter, not a buyer. Maybe I'd like to do a vlog series, maybe about the whole process of purchasing a home, because that is in the near future. So it is currently, what is today's date? I don't know what today's date is, but it's August. It's the second weekend of August. Second full weekend of August, I should say. 2021 at the time of this recording. And I am getting married February of 22. So after that happens, we will be looking for a home. Whether it's our forever home or not, I don't know, because here in Massachusetts, home prices are outrageous. I'd love to go down south somewhere and get one of those, $120,000 mansions. I don't even think you can find a house for $120,000 in Massachusetts right now. So, we'll see. Anyways. But yeah, who the hell? I mean, it's my aunt. I love my aunt. Love my family. But come on. I'm going to drive to the bank. Cash check. So, of course, I went. I guess I don't say that. But we'll say the next town over. The bank that I grew up with, and the town that I grew up, is in the town. So, I'm now currently the next town over. So, it's kind of a pain in the balls to drive all the way over here to go to my bank, because I don't know. And then you could say that you got the bank apps. What they do, they have a bank app. I use it, but I don't like I don't know. I just don't like to take the picture of it, and that's called deposit that way. And then it's like, what do you do with the actual check? Because they destroy it. And I'd rather just hand them the check. I'm one of those people, I guess, in some But yeah, for the longest time, I didn't have direct deposit, so I would be going there on a weekly basis, which sucked. Luckily now I have direct deposit, which is so much easier. It's like, come on, people, it's 2021. Why can't you have direct deposit? I don't know, little tangent. But anyway, so back to what I was saying, which I believe I was talking about the whole idea of the channels that I wanted to see. But, you know, I'd like, you know, the main channel, Critical Mass, again, like I said, is going to be about, wait, I'm going to go straight here. So, it's about, you know, Second Amendment, the community. I just want to convey, like, even in Massachusetts, where, you know, the firearm laws are extremely strict, you know, you can still enjoy your freedoms, even though they are very restricted. Not as restricted as, say, California or some other places where there are other states with stricter laws. Obviously, there's definitely other countries with stricter laws, but there's a lot of, and here we go, it's starting to rain again. Here, I thought I was going to, of course I forgot to grab my rain jacket. Of course. Now I'm going to get soaked. Okay. So, I get distracted easily sometimes, and I go off on tangents about other things, which probably could potentially be a problem, and I would probably have to do a lot of editing. But this is a vlog, so we'll just leave it all in so you guys know how I am, you know. So, but yeah, we can enjoy our freedoms the same as other places, but, you know, we can't have suppressors. And there's a current assault weapons ban. There is actually, so there always was an assault weapons ban, but our current Attorney General and our current governor claims he's Republican, but he's really not. Like Baker, I used to really like him, but after the pandemic, after what Maura Healey did, like, don't get me wrong, Maura Healey does some really good things for a lot of people, but she is, of course, very liberal, and for whatever reason, Democrats and liberals hate guns, and as much facts as information you can tell them, they just form their own opinions and run with it, and your opinion doesn't matter. Like, most of the gun laws that they're looking to put in place just take the rights away from everyday law-abiding citizens. Whereas, sorry, I just think I drove by a guy that I work with, recognized his vehicle. See, again, distracted easily. I'm like, bright and shiny things, like, ooh, look at that. Ooh, shiny. Especially guns. Woo! In cars and motorcycles. We're going to get into that, though. Oh, and especially trucks. So, yeah, so Maura Healey, she decided that one day, in a very, very sneaky, shitty way, because she decided to use the least most media outlet used in the state to broadcast the fact, like, she didn't send it, like, mainstream media in the state. It didn't even show up. There was no previous knowledge of this. She went and broadcast, like, I don't even remember what it was. But she had, like, this press conference with, like, nobody people, and so just so she can say that she, basically, it was just a really low thing to do, and a shitty thing to do, because she was just trying to catch legal owners and legal purchases by the balls, and it just wasn't right. That's what really pissed me off, is the way that she went about it. So anyway, what she did was, so in the original assault weapons ban, it was an understanding that as long as we didn't have the scary function, like the scary, like pistol grip, the muzzle brake, flash hider, threaded barrel, adjustable stock, those scary functions. Function's not the right word. Attributes. We'll use attributes to a weapon. That they were exempt from the ban. So, you could still get an AR-15 as long as it did not have an adjustable stock. It did not have a removable magazine. As long as it did not have a threaded barrel with a muzzle device. And so that was kind of the understanding, because that, by that rule, that was not an assault weapon. So it pretty much mirrored the Clinton assault weapons ban that was put in place in 97. So Massachusetts, so the Clinton assault weapons ban had a time limit, which it did expire, whereas the Massachusetts ones, which they pretty much mirrored and then installed on the Massachusetts rule books, did not have an expiration date. So this is law here. And so on that fateful day in July, I believe it was 2016, she decided that these copycat firearms were no longer to be deemed legal, which was not put through any process of law, was not put through, did not cross the governor's desk to be signed, nothing. The legal process did not take place. It was her in her office that deemed it to be so. So yeah, it sucked. So, and the most ironic thing is, that day it was leaked, before she came out and said it, what was going on. In the state of Massachusetts, over 2,500 AR-15s and other related assault weapons were sold between like 11 o'clock in the morning and midnight. Because all the gun shops said, holy shit, and they stayed open till midnight. I, myself, waited at a gun shop from probably 5 o'clock to 11:30 when I actually got a chance to get into the register to, do my thing. So, anyway, there is a clause, of course, where if you were a previous owner of such things, your grandfather did. So that's kind of how things are in Massachusetts. It's like, I'd love to move out of the state. I don't know if I could get my fiance to move. And as much as I am into firearms and other such things, it's not life, really. It is, but it isn't. Fiancés are just as important, keeping them around. So, I don't know. But like I said, I'd love to move out, get a cheaper house in another state, get out of the crazy inflation that is Massachusetts, and, live more southern lifestyle, a little slower, Anyways, so that's the main channel. The side channel, which I touched about before, Critical Every Day, like I said, maybe a series about buying a house, series about, depending, a wedding, depending on how much I get this off social media before then. Maybe I'll post this, like I said, maybe not. Maybe I can get some comments on what you guys out there would like to see as far as the channel goes. If you guys like the content. I did think about making a third channel for the fantasy football stuff, and my idea was to call it Critical Fantasy, which in hindsight sounds like a 70s porno, so I don't think that's gonna happen, and that's why I think I'm just gonna make it a series on my Critical Everyday channel, which would be a little bit easier on me, so I don't have to maintain 3 channels as someone who is brand new to YouTube. So, but yeah, so other interests, like I said, I own a motorcycle, so maybe we'll have some moto vlogging. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. We'll see how things go. I don't know if I want to get into a dedicated, like I have a GoPro, which I can attach to my helmet, and maybe I'll get some other accessories. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a mic set up in the helmet where I could vlog while riding my motorcycle. Yet I do have a Sena, which you guys don't know is a Bluetooth for your phone that goes inside your helmet. So it has speakers and a mic built in already, which I use for other things. But yeah, so that's where we're at as far as that goes. So it's going to be fun and interesting. I am here about to pull into one of the local shops here in Massachusetts, which is, holy good God, it is hot. So chances are the particular thing that I was looking for is not going to be here. But we're still going to try. Oh my God. Literally, when I come to the shop, there is like 5 cars here normally. There are like, I'm going to say 25 at least. And of course, there's one douchebag that doesn't know how to park and parks sideways. Holy shit. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to find a spot. So actually, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Bass Pro first and come back, because literally there's no place to park. So we'll continue this like story, I guess. In evidence of this would suggest that I'm probably not going to be able to get the gun that I wanted. Which is probably a good thing, because I really don't need to spend any more money. Hence why I get a wedding in. But this particular thing was kind of rare, which probably lead me to believe that it's not going to be there. Of course, we're on a main drag, which is going to be impossible to get pulled back on in the direction that I was traveling in. Oh, sweet. Hear that diesel power? Oh, yeah. So, anyway, I really hope that this place, I really hope Bass Pro isn't as bad as this place is, which would kind of lead me to believe that it's going to be, and it's probably going to be a shit show. So, anyways, but yeah, that's where I'm trying to lead my channel here, and this is kind of either going to be a test video and never used, with the iPhone, with the just a standard mic, just sitting in a WeatherTech cup phone in my cup holder. Here, cup holder. I guess I cup holder. Anyway, later on today, when I get home, I'm probably going to do some tests of the front-facing camera to see how that goes. Looks like so the vibration kind of changed the frame a little bit. Haven't been really paying attention that closely. But I don't know, maybe this will be posted, maybe not. I'll probably do more of a formal introduction to the channel, but it won't be a vlog style. It'll just be in front of a camera. I am looking into, that's why I'm doing this test, to see if this is a viable option for a full-time camera option. I'm looking into some Canons. Like I said, I have a GoPro, but it's an older one. I think it's a 7, maybe? Hero 7? I'll share that eventually, and you know, I haven't got a ton of uses out of it, so I can't, which I'll probably do a review on that. And I was looking into the Hero 8 and 9s earlier today. Those are pretty cool. Like, you can get a multimedia case in those with a built-in microphone and a front-facing LCD screen and a light mount, which both of those are pretty cool. So hopefully the lighting, whereas it is somewhat, I wouldn't say a bright sunny day, but it is bright enough. It's kind of gray and rainy, shitty. You know, we just went through a 3-day heat wave where it was a stifling, like 105-degree real feel, which, you know, you think we'd be out in Arizona or some shit like that with that, but the weather in Massachusetts is insane, which is something else you're going to learn throughout this channel. Not quite like Florida where it rains like at a moment's notice, but you know, in the spring and fall, it is possible to get all the seasons in a period of a few hours. I mean, summer, spring, fall, winter, all of them. Snow, sun comes out, temperature gets nice, summery, then it rains. Shit. Has happened before. So, here we go. Let's see how bad Bass Pro is. Okay, I'm seeing some empty spots in the small parking lot here. Okay. That may not be so bad. You know, like Bass Pro, as far as their like hunting and, you know, shooting accessories have been okay, but guns and ammo, forget about it. They got nothing. This pandemic has gone crazy with that stuff, and they have not been able to keep anything in stock. So yeah, so I think this is a good place to end it. We've talked about a lot of things, touched on some things, and as I pull in here and see if I can find myself a parking space, you know, hopefully you guys enjoyed this test video. If I do post it, I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet. If this turns out good or not, it will get posted. But yeah, so again, my name is Burley, and this has been, well, this is probably going to be critical every day, but this has been Critical Mass on Critical Every Day.